blockbuster day of roster cuts at One Bills Drive, several familiar faces and fan favorites will not return next season. Among them, safety Jordan Poyer, center Mitch Morse, and cornerback Tre'davious White. Let's bring in our 7 Sports Director, Matt Beauvais, right now. Matt, I know you're actually on vacation at the moment, but the Bills front office working overtime, it seems. These are really big and substantial moves.
Yeah, Michael, this is absolutely the end of an era for the Buffalo Bills. When you think about this team, it started in 2017 when Sean McDermott took over. The first draft pick he made was Tre'davious White, the cornerback. And then the first free agent additions that they signed were Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. And today we watched 2 of those players leave and another fan favorite with Mitch Morse. I'll kind of go individually by the players here. Jordan Poyer has been a leader on and off the field for this team since he was signed back in 2017. He's made it to multiple Pro Bowlers. He's been an All-Pro. He has been somebody that this team has counted on and has really become a fan favorite. But him leaving is not shocking. The other 2 moves, much more surprising. Mitch Morse was not one that I saw coming. Mitch Morse played great football last year and has been an anchor for the Bills since he joined this team in 2019. So now they need to figure out who is going to protect Josh Allen and snap him the ball. Mitch Morse had 1 year left on his deal, but all of these moves are basically to save money. And then the one that was a little bit of a surprise, but also probably pulling at the heartstrings of Bills fans more than any of the other ones, is Tre'davious White, just because of what this guy has meant. That was the last time we saw him on a field. That was when he was injured this year in week 4, missed every game after that. This is the second time he's had a season-ending injury in the last 3 years. So it feels like the Bills are just kind of missing out on a player that had so much potential. And that's why today is a little bit like a breakup, right? Like, these Bills fans have been in a relationship with these players since they got here, and they have spent some really good years together. And now the team is turning the page because they need to try and save some money.
Yeah, a breakup indeed, and people still processing a lot of it. Matt Beauvais, Matt, thank you.
For sure.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. Yo, I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. And guys, in today's podcast, man, we're going to talk a little bit of Buffalo Bills because the Buffalo Bills are making moves. Not making moves, but making cuts. We all know that the Bills, once again, could not get past Kansas City. We all know that. Not only the Bills, but the rest of the NFL. I mean, Kansas City seems like they're a team that can't be beat. You know what I'm saying? This is just like the Patriots 2.0. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got this great quarterback. We had, again, a top 10 defense. I felt like we had enough on offense to make it past Kansas City this past playoffs, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't get it done. So Jordan Poyer cut by the Buffalo Bills, man. Not only Jordan Poyer, but Tre'davious White is cut by the Buffalo Bills, man. Now that move, I knew that was coming. Tre'davious White's been hurt. It's unfortunate because the guy is a great player. I mean, when he was healthy, Tre'davious White was one of the top cornerbacks in the league. And let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But as we all know, when it comes to football, you know, you just don't know how your body's going to respond season after season, you know, dealing with injuries. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen, you know what I'm saying? As an athlete, you know, some injuries you just cannot get by. Just ask Grant Hill. You know what I'm saying? Grant Hill could have went down as one of the greatest players who ever played in the NBA. Hall of Famer, definitely. He still might make the Hall of Fame because he was able to salvage some of his, his career. But for the most part, before Grant Hill had that ankle injury, he was one of the best players in the league, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Penny Hardaway was another player who could have went down as one of the greatest players, man. Penny was like the best player at one point in time for the Orlando Magic. I remember when Penny came into the league in the NBA, and he was just outstanding. Like, nobody never seen a guy who can do the things he do at 6'4". Like, I think he was 6'4", 6'3", or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was an amazing player. He gave players a run for their money, man. Even Jordan said he was like one of the toughest players he had to go against. And Jordan, you know, was all defensive player, I don't know, 8 or 9 times or something like that. But yeah, man, Tre'davious White cut by the team. You know what I'm saying? Mitch Morrison was cut. That was surprising. Mitch Morrison had he had a really good, solid season. I didn't see that coming. I didn't even see the Poyer cut coming. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to see Poyer go, man, because I truly believe Poyer still had a lot of football left in him. I mean, even though he didn't have any interceptions this past season, but age is catching up with these guys. You know what I'm saying? These guys are no longer in their prime. And, the NFL's cutthroat, man. It's like, what have you done for me lately? If you're not producing, you're either going to restructure your contract or you're going to get cut. You know what I'm saying? And you have to produce year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not producing, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take a pay cut, you got to go. Now, I don't know the stipulations of the conversations they had with Poyer. I don't know if they asked him to take a pay cut or, you know what I'm saying, to restructure his contract or whatever, man. But at the end of the day, man, I just like to say to Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, man, thank you for everything you've done for the Buffalo Bills, man. Because before you guys were signed to the Buffalo Bills, I mean, this team was atrocious. I mean, for 15 plus years, we couldn't even get in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Now it's crazy how the team is successful to a certain point, and we're expected for this team to make the playoffs each and every year. This changes the dynamics of this team. You know what I'm saying? It's truly an end of an era. You know what I mean? I thought the guys that they signed, that Sean McDermott brought in, I truly thought that those teams were able to pull out at least one Super Bowl, man. And it's sad to see certain guys go because those guys gave it their all on the field, man. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde gave it their all on the field, man. Those type of players, man, they gave it everything they got, man. And me as a Bills fan, I've been a Bills fan since a shorty. Bills Mafia, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to say thank you to those guys, Tre'davious White as well. It's unfortunate for the injuries that he had to go, man. It's really sad, man. But it is truly an end of an era on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we had to do what we had to do, guys. I mean, we were, 50 million over the cap, 40 million over the cap or something like that. We got to get under the cap. And I believe defensively that it's time for some new blood to come in, some younger players to come in with some young enthusiasm, new ideas. We had to get younger on defense because at the end of the day, yeah, during the season, the defense, was top 10, which is true. But in the playoffs, it disappeared. Like, in that Kansas City game, where was the defense? Where was Von Miller? You know what I'm saying? All these players that had experience that you're paying big bucks to make plays disappeared when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the problem with this defense since Sean McDermott has been here. It's like in the big games, when it matters, neither the defense or the offense can get it done and pull out a win when it really matters. And that's been the issue. Now, you can say that, Sean McDermott is a good coach, which he is a good coach, man. He really is a good coach. But me personally, and this is my personal opinion, I would have loved to see a Bill Belichick come in here. You know what I mean? Somebody who's won multiple titles, somebody who knows how to mold a championship team, somebody who's done it already, somebody who knows what it takes to win the big game and get over certain teams that give you problems, like an Andy Reid Kansas City Chiefs team that's been giving us problems since Josh Allen has been here. We need somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think McDermott is the coach that can get us over the hump. I truly don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted, man. I appreciate everything Sean McDermott has done, man. I really do. As a Bills fan, he made this team relevant again. You know what I'm saying? I believe, and this is truly my opinion, man, there are certain coaches that can only get you so far. Everybody remember, if you 40, 35 and older, 40 and over, you remember Marty Schottenheimer of Kansas City? Good coach, great coach, but could not get that team over the hump, could not get that team into the Super Bowl. Was a really good coach, but he got fired. You know what I'm saying? And that's where this team is at right now. We are the Marty Schottenheimer team of the 90s. That's who we are right now. But we can't seem to get over the hump of Kansas City. We can't, not only just Kansas City, we can't seem to beat teams that matter. You dig what I'm saying? We'll beat up the little small teams, the Miami Dolphins, you know what I'm saying? Who else, man? All the little teams, you know what I'm saying? We'll beat those teams up all day long. The Patriots, you know what I mean? We'll beat those teams up all day long and look magnificent against those teams. But when it really matters, when a team has a top-tier quarterback that matches our quarterback, which is Josh Allen, we cannot beat those teams. The Bengals. We cannot beat the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? The Ravens really don't. We really handle the Ravens. The Ravens are like the only team that we seem to match up well against and beat on a regular basis. But everybody else that has a top-tier quarterback, we can't get past those teams. The Bengals, Kansas City, we can't get past those teams. So I understand the move, of course, financially. Now, we don't know if they're going to bring Poyer back and re-sign him for less. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But something had to give on defense, guys. I mean, something had to give. It's time for some changes, you know what I'm saying? And head coach-wise, it's like this, man. If Sean McDermott don't win a Super Bowl this upcoming season, he's got to go. He can't come back. I'm sorry. Now, did he do some amazing things this past season? Absolutely. I mean, this team was done. We were 6-6 midway in the season, this past season. And this team, I don't know how the hell they did it, ended up with the 1 seed when they started off mid-season last year, this past season, being in 10th place or something like that, something crazy, and they pulled themselves all the way up. Miami had the AFC East locked. Miami had the AFC East locked in. You know what I'm saying? They had it. And they fumbled the ball. Like I said, we can beat up those little small teams like Miami, but the big dogs of the NFL, we can't beat. You know what I'm saying? We can't beat. And until then, this is the Marty Schottenheimer team of the 90s, okay? Until we can beat those teams, we are the Marty Schottenheimer team of the 90s. Go check out Marty Schottenheimer. If you're too young, go check out his career and what he has done. Yeah, he won games. Yeah, he made the playoffs. But he can never get those teams over the hump in Kansas City. And he got fired. And Sean McDermott's in that seat right now. You know what I'm saying? And what saved Sean McDermott this season is that rally. Coming from 6-6 and going 11-6 or something like that, and winning the AFC East again when it was impossible. They had no business with Buffalo. Yo, let me tell you something. Buffalo Bills had no business winning the AFC East this year. They were done. And if they would have flopped and not win the AFC East this past season, I believe Sean McDermott would be out of here. Facts. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. He would be out of here. But this season, and the team rallying around the coach, Sean McDermott, saved his job for one more year at least. But if he don't do it this upcoming season, if he don't get this team at least to the Super Bowl, he's out of here. He's out of here. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that we held on to Sean McDermott way too long. You know what I'm saying? I would really wanted, Bill Belichick, because what he done with Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying, was just, even with the team that he had this past season, his defense was still really, really top tier. He just didn't have a quarterback. Now you give him Josh Allen. This is Bill Belichick we talking about. You give him Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can calm him down. See, that's the problem. Josh Allen is wild at times. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody like a Bill Belichick to come in and say, hey, listen, you can't be doing this dumb stuff. Because at times, Josh Allen does do a lot of dumb plays. That's a fact. But when his head is on straight, he's top 5. Hands down. He's top 5. Hands down. There's no quarterback. You never seen a quarterback like Josh Allen. The way you never seen a quarterback like him. And the closest quarterback to him is John Elway. I've been saying this since he came in the league. Josh Allen is John Elway 11.0. Like, this guy is just, he's doing things John Elway couldn't even do. I've never seen a quarterback do what Josh Allen do. Never. I've never seen a quarterback like him, or a quarterback even come close to physically what he can do. Rocket arm, physical, looking for contact, big quarterback. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger maybe? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really watch his career too much when he played. But, it's a sad day, man. You know what I'm saying? In Buffalo Bills, Jordan Poyer, like, again, I really appreciated the heart and determination that those two guys, Micah Hyde, came in, and he turned the culture around along with Sean McDermott, man. So I really appreciate what they done for us Buffalo Bills fans, man. And I hope that he lands in a place to where he can possibly play for a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I truly do, man. Poyer, that play he made in the AFC Championship, not the AFC, but the playoff game against Kansas City in the end zone. I forgot who made the catch, and he knocked that ball out. That was just an outstanding play, man. That was just an outstanding play. Jordan Poyer still got a lot left in the tank, but he cannot be a number one anymore. You know what I'm saying? We all know that his career has been on a decline. So, it's sad to see these guys go, but, they're going to land somewhere. I hope Micah Hyde really considers retiring because, when you're dealing with neck injuries and all that good stuff, man, you really got to be cautious and really think about your life and your family. Like, if you got kids and when you play football, man, this is a very, very tough game to play. You want to walk away from this game being able to have all your faculties operating normal for the most part. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of wear and tear on your body this game, man. This is not baseball. This is not, you know what I'm saying, the NBA. NFL is physical. Still at this day and age where a lot of physicality of the NFL has been taken out, but it's still a physical game, man. And there's a lot of wear and tear, man. You know what I'm saying? The average NFL player only lasts, 3 years? You know what I'm saying? 5 years? I don't even think it's 5 years. I think it's 3. That's the average player. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you playing a physical game, you're playing a game that you can possibly lose your life. You know what I'm saying? On the field. So, but at the end of the day, man, those guys are going to land on their feet. I just wanted to read a little bit of an article about the cut of Jordan Poyer, man. Change was inevitable. Sorry, I can't jack that word up. But for the Buffalo Bills, given their cap space situation headed into the offseason, now part of the inevitable change is cutting veteran safety Jordan Poyer, man. ESPN insider Adam Schefter reported that the Bills are cutting Poyer on Wednesday with the move. Buffalo reportedly saves $5.7 million off the cap, man. Poyer has been one of the best safeties in football since arriving in Buffalo alongside head coach Sean McDermott and fellow safety Micah Hyde in 2017. The former Pro Bowler and All-Pro had 22 interceptions for the Bills, including 2 seasons when he had 4 to 2 seasons when he had 5. The 32-year-old production dipped slightly in 2023 as it was the first year he didn't register a single interception since 2016 with the Cleveland Browns. Poyer finished the year with 100 tackles and a sack in 16 games. Okay. So with Hyde set to be a free agent as well, it marks the end of an era of one of the best safety duos in football. Hyde, Poyer were also the backbone of the Bills defense that was consistently one of the best in the regular season. Again, the best in the regular season. But in the playoffs, when it mattered against big teams, they couldn't get it done. Let's just keep it all the way official. Now the Bills defense is set to look even more different when they take the field next season. So, Poyer gone, tre'davious White gone. Will Von Miller be cut? I don't know. Von Miller, injuries, and I really thought that signing of Von Miller was going to be I thought that really was going to work out, man. I truly believe that Von Miller was going to give us what we needed on defense, which was a difference maker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to cause havoc, like a Bruce Smith. Know what I mean? And injuries, man. Injuries. Before Von Miller got hurt, his first season here in Buffalo, he had 8 sacks. He was on his way to getting 15 sacks, 16 sacks. I mean, it's just Buffalo Bills, man. The history of this team is just terrible luck. Just heartbreaking losses. This is the history of the Bills, man. Like I said, been a Bills fan since I was a shorty. I've watched a lot of Bills football, and nothing but heartbreak, man. Nothing really goes our way, except for this run we had this past season when we were 6-6. Man, I thought it was over. I'm like, yo, this season is over, man. Know what I'm saying? I was like, this season is over. We 6-6. And knowing the Bills' luck of not having things go their way and past games where, man, I was just like, yo, it's over. But they fooled me, man. They truly played for not only the team, but their coach. Amazing what they done. Like, you cannot take away, like, I've never seen a run like that in the NFL ever. All my years of watching football, I've never seen a team just come from the dead. Like, this team was dead. Like, we had bums beating us at that time. Like, teams we were supposed to be smacking up. Know what I mean? But we ended up winning the AFC East 4 times in a row, which is great. But, yo, man, they have to get younger on defense. not only defense, but they have to get some players that can make big plays when it counts. And that's the type of players we don't have. Yeah, we got players that can make a sack or two, in the regular season. I'm talking about in the playoffs, when it counts. We need some difference makers on offense. We need a second wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Gabe Davis wasn't it. He would have streaks to where he would be non-existent in the game. And then he will have a game to where he would have 5 catches for 150 yards. I'm like, okay, where's this been all season? You know what I'm saying? He disappears. All these players, you know what I'm saying, when it matters, they disappear. It's just like, it's a lot of dead weight we got to get rid of, But Poyer definitely wasn't dead weight, man. I'm truly surprised by this move. I truly thought they were going to do everything in their power to restructure his contract so he can stay. But I guess not. I guess Brian Beam has a different plan. You know what I mean? A different plan. And Poyer wasn't part of the plan. I guess he understood that, this defense, yeah, it's good, but it's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And even on offense. Yeah, the offense is good, but it's not good enough. And at the end of the day, man, it's all about beating Kansas City, which is going to be tougher this next season coming up because Kansas City is going to retool. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so crazy about Kansas City. That wasn't even the best Kansas City team that you've seen since Mahomes has been in the league. This was our opportunity to get past them this year, and we couldn't do it. This was the weakest Kansas City team out of all of the years of Mahomes and Andy Reid, you know what I'm saying, and Josh Allen being here. This was the weakest team, and we still couldn't get it done. We still get, and what that tells me is that's coaching. That's coaching. Because if you would have put a Bill Belichick with that same team that we had this past season, oh, trust me, we would have got past Kansas City. I truly believe Sean McDermott is the reason why we can't get past Kansas City. Remember, he was under Andy Reid. So the teacher is spanking the student right now. And again, this team is his coaching legacy so far. Sean McDermott is Marty Schottenheimer. And Josh Allen is Phillip Rivers. Until they can prove to me that they can get past top tier teams, that's who they are. Marty Schottenheimer, Sean McDermott, Josh Allen is Phillip Rivers. Until they prove to me that they can win some games that matter against big teams. Not in the regular season, because you've been handling Kansas City in the regular. I mean the playoffs. If they can show me that they can consistently beat the Ravens in the playoffs, the Bengals in the playoffs, when their quarterback comes back, and definitely Kansas City in the playoffs. Right now, we're 0-3 against Kansas City. That's not good enough. So until they show me that, Sean McDermott, you are Marty Schottenheimer, and Josh Allen is Phillip Rivers. And there's no debate about it. I don't want to hear no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sean McDermott has plenty of time to figure out what is going on with this team and to figure out and put pieces together to get past Kansas City. He's had plenty of time. And I truly believe his time is up here in Buffalo, man. I think we need another coach with fresh ideas, a new scheme. Now, defensively, he's great. We need a coach like Bill Belichick. No nonsense. Do what I say. Stick to the game plan. It won't have all this wildness from Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, at times. You know what I mean? Of course, I mean, everybody talks about his interceptions. Like, okay, quarterbacks throw interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen and Mahomes stats are pretty similar. You know what I'm saying? They're almost identical. You know, I think Josh gets a bad rap with the interception, but there's a lot of the reason why Josh Allen gets that rap is because he plays so wild at times. Like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't, at times he's not controlled. He's not controlled. He's just all over the place, you know what I mean? Making stupid plays and this, that, and the third. That's the problem. And this is why he gets such a bad rap with the interceptions. But his stats are very identical to the top tier quarterbacks in the leagues. Pretty close with the interceptions and everything. If you were to take Josh Allen stats and Mahomes stats and what's the other guy in Jackson stats in Baltimore, they're pretty identical, you know what I'm saying? But it's at times when the critical times of the game, he does really idiotic plays. And a coach like Bill Belichick would get that handled. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, man. You know, it looks like they are retooling on defense. And we need a wide receiver, man. We need somebody who's a difference maker. Because I truly believe Diggs is not a number one anymore either. He's not a number one. I think he's a number two. And you bring in a big wide receiver with speed, you know, we need somebody that can come in and take the pressure off of Diggs, man. You know what I mean? We need a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? We need a real wide receiver that could get open, cause havoc, you know what I mean, offensively, and just disrupt the defense. You know what I mean? And we don't have that right now. But hopefully through the draft, we can find that receiver. But, yo, that is my take, man. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into my podcast. Please subscribe to my channel, man. Please subscribe to my channel. And please share this content with family and friends. You know what I'm saying? Please share my content. I really appreciate it if you share it. But that's my take. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, and I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. 1.